Hello, coaches. This is Coach McKie. What I want to go over today is our one-back power RPO. I know that RPOs are a big thing right now in the world of college football, professional football, and especially high school. I know that also Googling really brings up a lot of different things, as there's some confusion about what RPOs are and what they aren't. When I'm talking about an RPO, I'm not talking about like a zone read or something like that, reading the down lineman. When I think of an RPO, I'm thinking of either reading linebackers or safeties and corners. And right now, since I'm in a spread set, I'm going to be talking about reading a linebacker. In our region, a lot of teams are in a four-man front. And as you can tell, I only have 10 defenders on the field. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what if they put a defender on the same side as the back, and how you can run the same play and do the same thing with the tailback on the other side to get that defender away from your best player. So for right now, let's say this extra guy is right here on the left side. Now, how we do our offense, and this is, I know a lot of people have different symbols for their wide receivers. This is what we do. Our L and R stand for left receiver, he is always on the left side. R receiver, he is always on the right side. We do this for two reasons. Both of them have to deal with me. One, L and R is simple for me to remember, and also I don't want these two guys to move. I subscribe to the theory of the Indianapolis Colts back in the 50s and 60s that kept their guys on the same side, and they just caught balls over and over again from the same side. Our F stands for fast. This is our fastest player. This is the guy that we want to get the ball as many times as possible throughout the game. If he doesn't get 10 to 15 catches or touches some way during the game, I failed as an offensive coordinator. And then the Y is the tight end, stand-up tight end, whatever you want. I stole that from the air raid. This is my homage to the air raid. I love it, so I figured why not. When we run our one-back power, I like to call it 2-3 technique, because that means it's simpler blocking for angles for our guys. So front side, which means front side, A-gap on, the rules are simple. If you have someone head up to outside of you, you have that man. It essentially turns into a man block. So this tackle has this in, this guard has this tackle. The center has to ask themselves, do they have someone in a gap behind them or down from them, backside? In this case, yes, he's got the shade, so he's going to block down, and then since it is power to the right, then that means then the left guard knows he's got a skip pull, and he is getting the first linebacker play side. Now, backside tackle, you can do one of two things. We teach base block. I know some other coaches like to hinge block it, like the old power. Whatever you want to do, that is fine. And that means, since I'm in the spread set, we only have 5 offensive linemen, so we can only block 5 defensive linemen. And in this series, we're blocking 4 down to play side linebacker. So, backside linebacker is who the quarterback is reading. That's who the quarterback is responsible for. And how I tell them is, okay, guys, RPO, that means you are going to read or key the first linebacker to the same side as the tailback. So these are on the same side, so this is who we are reading. All right, the steps for this, for the tailback, is open, crossover, and then he knows he is banging it in that A gap. That is his responsibility. If the quarterback pulls the ball, then he rides the wave, as Noel Mazzoni calls, and tries to pull everybody away from him. Wide receivers, front side, unless I tag it with something else, they automatically know it's a key screen. And since the Y is on this side, I never want this guy to take a key screen. He's not fast enough. This guy's faster. So the Y always has most dangerous man. It can either be the corner or it can be the safety. Whoever shows up first, that is who he is blocking. Our key screen for the outside guy is 1 step, 1 back. 1 by 1. Okay? Theoretically, quarterback should be throwing the ball out here because it's 1-on-2. But let's say he doesn't like this matchup. This corner's in his face or something. He just doesn't like it. So he's going backside. Now backside, RPO out of a 2x2. I always teach it the same. The first guy on the backside has the snag route. And there's no hard, fast rule. We just tell our wide receiver that, hey, your angle of departure is 1 yard behind the read guy. They know who we are reading. They know, okay, this play, quarterback's reading first linebacker on the same side as the tailback, so I need to get a yard deeper than him. Then every other wide receiver that's on this side has a 5 yard in. Okay? So quarterbacks reading this guy. And what I try to tell them is the trigger. And what I mean by that, does your key come down or move with the ball? If yes, then you pull it and you're looking 1 to 2. And the way that works, if this backer, if he doesn't see any color come into his field of vision, he is throwing the ball right now, right behind the left ear of this guy. If he sees color come in, then he is flipping his hips and throwing the in right here. And guys, there's a huge hole there that's happened since this guy gets jealous and thinks he's going to steal something, get a pick. And we have had payday hitting this backside in. So that's our 1 back power. Now, let's say that we're running to the field. The field is this way. I know a lot of teams like to put this guy to the field. Now, we could still run it this way, but there's not a lot of room this side for this route to happen if, you know. So what I like to do is I like to call flip. And all flip does is tell the tailback he's on the other side. I sometimes like to do it if I know that teams are going to mirror their back with my tailback, and I know that this is a weaker defender, that the matchup is good right here, then we will run flip, 1 back power, flip all day. Still same footwork, open, crossover, straight, banging it in the front side A gap. Quarterback still has the key screen backside. Okay? And he is still reading this guy. If he steps forward or over and triggers, then the quarterback's throwing 1 to 2. If this read key chops his feet or drops back, he just hands the ball off. So this is one of our big plays that we like to use. And I like to use RPOs with gap schemes because no matter what you coach, defensive guys, you know this. When these guys right here see one of their linemen, one of their keys pulling, they are flying. Automatic. And that opens up huge lanes behind them to give the guys that are really fast and really good space to go. Next week, I'll show you how we run this out of our 3x1 set, and then how we also switch up the blocking just a little bit against an odd front. If you have any questions, you can contact me at rsmackie@gmail.com, or you can get in touch with me on Twitter at Coach Mackie Jr. Thanks for watching and have a great day.